Welcome to our U.S. briefing program. Today, we're diving into the latest happenings from around the globe. First up, Hong Kong stocks have shown a slight rise despite ongoing tariff tensions between the U.S. and China. The Hang Seng Index is up by 0.1% while tech stocks faced a minor dip. Notable stock movements include gains from Trip.com and Tongcheng Travel Holdings, showcasing a mixed but resilient market. In other news, Ukrainian President Zelenskyy is making headlines as he firmly rejects a proposed $500 billion minerals deal with the U.S., emphasizing the need to safeguard Ukraine's future. As Ukraine approaches the third anniversary of the Russian invasion, Zelensky's stance underlines the delicate balance of maintaining international relations while asserting national sovereignty. Lastly, Vietnam is making waves with impressive export growth, reaching a record $403 billion in 2024, outpacing both Malaysia and Thailand. This surge is primarily driven by a strong U.S. economy and a shift of companies relocating from China. With ambitious goals set for the future, Vietnam is positioning itself as a key player in the global market. Please stay tuned for more detailed coverage. South China Morning Post reports that Hong Kong stocks experienced a slight increase on Monday, despite the ongoing tariff tensions between the U.S. and China. The Hang Seng Index rose by 0.1% to 23,495.17, while the Hang Seng Tech Index saw a decline of 0.5%. This comes after a significant rally on Friday, where both indexes surged by 4% and 6.5%, respectively, marking their best trading day since October. Notable stock movements included Trip.com, which rose by 4%, and Alibaba, which saw a slight dip despite exceeding analysts' profit expectations. Meanwhile, U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent and Chinese Vice Premier He Lifeng expressed concerns over the tariffs imposed by the U.S., indicating a complex backdrop for the market's performance. Guardian highlights President Volodymyr Zelensky's firm stance against U.S. demands regarding a $500 billion minerals deal, which he deemed excessive compared to the U.S.'s military support of $100 billion. As Ukraine marked the third anniversary of Russia's invasion, Zelenskyy stated he would consider stepping down for peace but refused to compromise on the minerals deal that would burden future generations. In a separate political incident, a bomb threat disrupted a conference in Washington, D.C., linked to the far-right Proud Boys, reflecting the ongoing tensions in U.S. politics. Zelenskyy emphasized the need for strategic partnerships with the U.S. while navigating the complexities of wartime leadership and international negotiations. Associated Press reports on the U.S.'s pressure on Ukraine to withdraw its UN resolution demanding the immediate exit of Russian forces, advocating instead for a proposal that omits direct mention of the invasion. Ukraine has resisted this pressure, insisting on the necessity of their resolution, which emphasizes Russia's aggression and calls for an unconditional withdrawal of troops. The upcoming votes in the UN General Assembly are seen as a critical reflection of international sentiment towards the conflict. As the U.S. seeks to reposition itself in negotiations, the dual resolutions underscore the friction between American interests and European support for Ukraine, highlighting the complexities of achieving peace amidst ongoing military hostilities. Al Jazeera reports that the Trump administration is taking drastic measures to restructure the U.S. Agency for International Development, USAID, by planning to fire or place nearly all of its employees on administrative leave. This sweeping change affects about 1,600 personnel, with only a small group of designated essential staff remaining to handle mission-critical functions. The announcement follows a recent court ruling allowing the administration to recall thousands of USAID staff from overseas within a month. Critics, including former USAID officials, have expressed grave concerns that this decision could severely undermine humanitarian efforts globally, jeopardizing aid for millions of vulnerable populations. Marcia Wong, a former deputy assistant administrator, labeled the move as short-sighted and detrimental to U.S. soft power, highlighting the agency's critical role in responding to crises and stabilizing displaced communities. Nikkei Asia highlights Vietnam's remarkable export growth in 2024, which has outpaced its Southeast Asian neighbors, including Malaysia and Thailand. With exports reaching a record $403 billion, an impressive 13.8% increase from the previous year, Vietnam has emerged as a key beneficiary of supply chain shifts away from China, particularly amid the ongoing U.S.-China rivalry. The U.S. market has been particularly lucrative for Vietnam, with exports to the U.S. soaring by 23.4%. Major tech companies, including Apple and Meta, are investing heavily in Vietnam, further solidifying its position as a manufacturing hub. In contrast, exports to China have declined for several countries, indicating a significant shift in regional trade dynamics. As Vietnam sets ambitious export targets for the coming years, it is also bracing for potential challenges posed by global trade tensions. Nikkei Asia also reports on the appointment of Masato Kanda as the new president of the Asian Development Bank, ADB. Kanda, a former top currency diplomat for Japan, will lead the bank in its mission to foster sustainable and inclusive growth across the Asia-Pacific region. His prior experience includes significant market interventions to stabilize the yen, showcasing his expertise in navigating complex financial landscapes. As the ADB's 11th president, Kanda replaces Masatsugu Asakawa and will serve until November 2026. Japan, a major shareholder in the ADB since its inception in 1966, continues to play a pivotal role in shaping the bank's strategies to combat poverty and support development initiatives throughout the region. Foreign policy. The United States is currently engulfed in an AI investment frenzy, with key figures like President Trump, Elon Musk, and OpenAI CEO Sam Altman pushing for an overwhelming dominance in the field. Despite evidence from a lesser-known Chinese lab, DeepSeek, demonstrating that effective AI can be developed with significantly lower costs and energy, the U.S. tech industry has responded by ramping up spending to unprecedented levels. In a race reminiscent of the Cold War's space race, major players like Amazon, Alphabet, and Microsoft are set to invest hundreds of billions into AI infrastructure, eclipsing even the federal government's entire budget for research and development. However, this obsession with investment comes amidst a backdrop of declining trust in AI, with many Fortune 500 companies listing it as a risk factor, and a mere 26% of surveyed companies claiming to have realized tangible benefits from AI adoption. Associated Press. The 31st Screen Actors Guild Awards celebrated outstanding performances in film and television at the Shrine Auditorium in Los Angeles, with Kieran Culkin taking home the award for male actor in a supporting role for A Real Pain. The event recognized exceptional talent across various categories, with Anna Sawai and Hiroyuki Sanada winning for their performances in the drama series Shogun. Jean Smart and Martin Short were honored for their roles in comedy, while Jessica Gunning and Colin Farrell received accolades in the limited series or TV movie categories. The evening also highlighted the impressive stunt ensemble work in both The Fall Guy and Shogun, showcasing the diverse talents within the industry and the continued evolution of storytelling across platforms. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
Lights dim, voices loud, headlines flashing wild. World in a frame and now, stories told, it's time to plow. Eyes glued, truth pursued, understanding woven through. Heartbeats race breaking through, knowledge spreads the new view. Breaking the news, breaking the day, truth and insight our way. Every story, every play, live and clear we convey. Shadows lift, facts unfold, moments making the day, truth and insight our way. Every story, every play, living clear we convey. Every story, every play, and clear we depths revealed, voices bright, news in focus, black and white. Every angle sheds some light.